Hello, hello everyone from Geaux Stros. Greetings from Hiroshima, Japan. Got some interesting weather. There was a typhoon. Well, I guess it technically still is a typhoon. It has weakened a lot. I think I can actually show you on the screen. Let me remove the starting shortly image. There we go. This is currently the location of the typhoon. It's been kind of camped out on the western coast. If you see the overall image here, it's way over here. But when we zoom in, for those of you who don't know, this area right in here is Hiroshima. This is Hiroshima Prefecture. Hiroshima City is down here. And I'm in the east end, in the southeast end of Hiroshima Prefecture. So I'm just kind of on the outer band of the rain right now. We've got some light winds and regular rain going on here. But because of this, my classes were canceled today. That's good news because it means I can do this entire game. Originally I wasn't going to be able to do this game at all. I had to change my thumbnails and make plans to be here. So here I am, guys. I'm going to be able to sit at home and enjoy the nice rain outside from the typhoon and watch the Astros game and call it for you. It's going to be starting up in just a couple of minutes. I'll get you some information about the game in just a minute. I will tell you right now that Hunter Brown is on the mound again today. If you're looking at the screen here, you'll see that Brady Singer is the pitcher for KC. I think I can go in and stop the music. I've got some music going in the background, but don't necessarily need that going right now. There we go. I've got my coffee made. Just relaxing here. Had a little bite to eat already this morning. I don't need to run the air conditioner yet. That might change as I get hot. Sitting over here in this corner with the big screen here, the laptop going in front of me with my hat and the headphones on, I tend to get a little warm. I've got my fan going on low, but I hope I don't have to turn on any AC today. Since the Astros are at home, Hunter Brown will start off on the mound. Astros will be in the field. I do want to let you know who's in the game for the Astros. Altuve, Alvarez, and Bregman are in the lineup. First three batters. Alvarez in the DH. Jason Hayward is in the game today, guys, out in right field. Jake Myers is in center. And Ben Gamel is in left. Jeremy Pena's at shortstop. Singleton's at first. And here comes the first pitch of the game to Michael Massey. That pitch is a little low. Ball one. But I think I have the wrong commentators. I think I have the KC commentators. I need to change that. Well, there's going to be a base hit right off the bat. I need to pull up my other screen so I can show you guys previews. Michael Massey gets a base hit. He'll be on first base with a single to right field. A no out base hit, leadoff base runner for the Royals. Bobby Witt Jr. comes to the plate. He's been going insane this year with his batting. Batting .346. Here comes the next pitch. Inside, they check swings. And they say he didn't go. That's ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to Bobby Witt Jr. Daniel Berry Sports, yo, man, what's going on? Thanks for coming back. 2-0 is the count. Here comes the pitch. Witt swings and fouls that one out of play. Strike 1. Don't have to worry about any no-hitters for Hunter Brown today. Runner on first base after that single. No outs. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Witt Jr. This is hit high into left field. Should be playable. And it is made by Ben Gamel. Jason Hayward out in right field. His very first game with the Stros. Yonder Diaz is behind the plate today. Runner still on first. 1 out. Here comes the next pitch to Vinny Pasquantino. That one's outside for a ball. One and 0. Here comes the pitch to Vinny and Pasquantino. Such a long last name. Ball 2, high on that delivery. I need to change my commentators, but I'm going to have to wait until the break. I'm not going to do it right now. This one's fouled way up and over on the third base side. Bregman is over and he's got it. Bregman putting away that foul ball for the second out. It's one of those things that Bregman is really good at. If you notice, whenever he goes after a foul ball, he does his best to get over there first, so he doesn't have to guess where he's at, you know. He runs over there quickly, gets set up under the ball, makes the play. Salvador Perez comes to the plate. A big looking guy, very thick. He looks like he doesn't miss a meal. That's in there for strike 1. 0-1 is the count now. Here comes Brown's next pitch to Perez. Ooh. Low and outside, but in the corner for strike 2. Hunter Brown ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner on first. Here comes the pitch. In the dirt. Curveball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Got about half a dozen people watching right now. Thanks for being here. Remember to like the video if you can. I'd appreciate it. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Looked like a sweeper. So he gets a strikeout there on Perez. Four up and 3 down. Hunter Brown does give up a hit to right field, but after that he shuts down the following 3 hitters, no problem. Fly out, foul out, strikeout, just like that. And going into the bottom of the first, the Astros will have a chance to come up and start this game off right. Trying to get my preview screen set up for you guys so I can show you some brief highlights as they happen in the game. Been watching. Thanks for being here. We are in break right now. We're about to go into we're in the middle of the first. We're going into the bottom of the first. Astros are about to come up to bat. Starting with my personal hero, Jose Altuve. We've got some interesting weather going on here today in Japan. And there was a huge typhoon to come in on the southwest side. They predicted massive damage and all sorts of sky is falling stuff, but it appears to have lost a lot of strength once it got to shore. First pitch to Altuve is right in there for a strike, swing and a miss, 92 miles an hour. Here comes the next pitch to Altuve. That's a bouncer outside, ball one. Count is even. Altuve has been kind of up and down. He has a really great game, and then the next game pretty cold. Averages .299 right now. He's hovering around that area. This next pitch is low, but strike two. Here comes the next pitch to Altuve. That one's a bouncer. Man, that barely made it out of the grass. It bounced a good 8 or 9 feet before the plate. That's crazy. Counts even, 2-2. Here comes the pitch. This one's a tapper, foul down the third baseline. I heard a little bit of pregame stuff about this pitcher, Brady Singer, and they said that I think it's his slider that does pretty well for him, but all of his other pitches are hit pretty hard. Check swing by Altuve on that pitch, 84 miles an hour, and that is a ball. Full count for Altuve. The clean-shaven, young-looking Altuve. Here comes the next pitch. This one's right in the zone and tapped to the shortstop, Witt Jr. He fires over to first to get Altuve, no problem. So I've got my previews finally set up right, and I'm happy with the lag. Basically what I do is I keep the game going on 2 screens. I've got one screen for me, and I've got another screen for the previews with you guys. And on that preview screen, it's a screen that's about maybe 5 or 6 seconds after the live screen. First pitch to Alvarez is in there for strike one. Here comes the next pitch. This one's hit up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Alvarez gets the single right up the middle. Astros now have a 1-out runner on base. Also their first hit of the game. That brings up Alex Bregman, who got hit in the helmet yesterday after one of Alvarez's 3 home runs. The very next pitch hit him on the helmet, right in the head. 1 strike to Bregman. Here comes the next pitch from Singer. That one's in the dirt and outside. Ball 1. Count is even. Singer has tossed maybe 4 or 5 pitches in the dirt. Really, really bad pitches. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Singer. That one's in the dirt too. And that was one of the better looking pitches. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the next pitch. That one's a little outside. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Good eye by Bregman. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. That's in there for a strike. 83 miles an hour, right in the zone. Another full count. Here comes the full count pitch. This one's right in the middle of the plate. Bounced over to the third base side. Long throw to first base, and he gets Bregman, but there was no chance to get Jordan at second base. So Bregman does get Jordan to second, but at the cost of an out. Yainer Diaz is at the plate now with a runner in scoring position at second base and 2 outs. Here comes the first pitch from Singer, and it's tapped right back to him. Easy play by Singer. He fires the first, no problem. That's going to be it for the Astros in the bottom of the first. Little tapper, little tap-tap-taparoo, no problem. Disappointing, but could have been worse. Can't expect too much when they have 1 runner on with 2 outs, but the Astros do strand a runner, which is too common for them generally speaking. Unless you're talking about that last game against Philly. That game was just insane. The first 2 games were a big disappointment. Astros have only won 4 of their last 10 games. Definitely not a very good stat when you're trying to pull ahead of the Mariners, win your division, and get into the playoffs. You got to be a little better than that. You can't be winning just 40% of your games. Take a look at the live stream right quick and see if there's anything going on here. Kind of about 5 people. Kind of a slow day right now for the stream. But whoever's here, thank you for being here. I've got 5 watching and 5 likes. That's nice. 100%. Thank you so much for being here and liking the video. I really wish I could take off my glasses, but some of the information on the screen is just too small. I look like a big dork, I think, with these glasses on. They're just some cheap reading glasses from the dollar store. All right, Hunter Brown is back on the mound, taking some warm-up pitches. Very shortly, he will be facing Paul DeJong, if that's how you say his name, followed by MJ Melendez and Michael Garcia. All right, Brown's up on the rubber, getting ready to go. Here comes a pitch. That one's fouled off the edge of the bat for strike 1. Looks like DeJong was trying to actually get hit by that. Didn't appear to be trying to move out of the way, but it hit off his bat, like off the handle. Oh and 1 is the pitch. Count, and here comes the next pitch. That was way high and inside, 96 miles an hour. Oh, I see. It hit on the back of the bat. That was crazy. Look how close this was to touching him. The coaches were looking at the replay to see if it hit him, but it just hit the back of his bat. I thought it hit the handle of his bat. Foul ball, strike 2. 1-2 is the count. Brown's got the next call. Here comes the pitch. Curveball right in the inside corner. Fouled away again. The Lion and Genius in Math are here. Thanks for being here. Very, very welcome to be here. I'm Genius in Math. Nice to meet you all. Nice to meet you. Swing and a miss. A high fastball. DeJong strikes out. Second strikeout by Brown. The Lion, good to see you again. I'm digging a hole right now listening to you, so I won't be in the chat much. It's okay. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Digging a hole, man. For what reason? A well? First pitch to Melendez is in there for strike 1, 97 miles an hour. Genius and Matt says, I'm a little nervous since this is my first time here. Nervous? What for? Much easier to just watch and be in the chat than to actually do the live stream. Next pitch on the outside corner, strike 2, another 97 mile per hour fastball. The count is 0-2. No runners on, 1 out. 0-2 is the count. Here comes the pitch from Brown. Melendez takes that one in the dirt. That'll be ball 1. 1 hit for each team right now and no runs. Top of the second with 1 out. MJ Melendez in the box facing Hunter Brown with a 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Little high and outside. Ball 2. Counts even. I worry I might be judged due to loving Braves. No, I like the Braves. I mean, traditionally I followed them for a little while just because they had some good players. All right. Little tapper to the mound. Hunter Brown doesn't have to come out. Diaz takes it, fires to first. That'll be out number 2. That brings up Michael Garcia. Genius in Math, I don't know if you remember, I don't know how old you are, but when I was younger, I also liked watching some of the Braves players because they had some great pitchers, and they had David Justice. I loved watching Justice bat. He kind of reminds me of Aaron Judge, actually. First pitch to Garcia is in the top of the zone, 97 miles an hour, strike 1. 0-1's the count. Here comes the next pitch. Low and outside. I went through some phases during different times in my life when the Astros were doing poorly, where I was interested in players. I even did the same thing with the NBA. I was loving watching the Bulls because of Michael Jordan. It was amazing to watch him play, but I was still a Rockets fan. This one's hit the right field, and it's going to... No, my gosh. Oh, man. A diving catch by Hayward, but then he lost it. Look how close that was. It just barely came out. Myers picked it up quickly and brought it in, but Hayward literally came out of nowhere. My gosh, I didn't even see him on the screen. I thought it was just Myers, but take a look at this. Hayward just dove in out of nowhere off the screen, almost got that catch. Holy cow, that was amazing. Jason Hayward trying to win everybody over with his first game in Minute Maid Park. That was absolutely amazing. First pitch to Kyle Isbell is a strike, 0-1, so 1 runner on, 2 outs, 0-1 is the count. Here's the pitch from Brown. And he's trying to steal second. He's in there. He's going to make it. Garcia steals second. Despite the good throw, and he's able to get into second. So with 2 outs, the Royals have a guy on second, Garcia. 1-1 is the count against Isbell. Here comes the next pitch. That one's a curveball in the dirt. Scooped up handily by Diaz. It's amazing how Diaz can make these look so easy. 2 balls, 1 strike to Isbell. Here comes the pitch. Bouncer to the right side, just foul. That'll be strike 2. The count is even. Chipper Jones is my favorite all-time Braves player. I'm 36 years old. I collected trading cards. Oh yeah, I remember Chipper Jones. He's famous. He was a really good player. My favorite batter was definitely David Justice, but you know, Smoltz and the other guys were just really awesome pitchers. Next pitch is high in the zone, high out of the zone rather. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Greg Maddux was another good pitcher. Hunter Brown fakes a pitch to first and then turns around to throw to second. Garcia's back, but he doesn't toss it over. 2 outs, full count. Runner on second. Isbell at the plate. Brown brings the pitch. That's hit hard out to right field, but it's very high, and Hayward is able to get it no problem. Doesn't go far. Very shallow fly ball. All right, so the Astros get through 2 with no damage done, but Hunter Brown gives up 1 hit in each inning. But we have goose eggs on the board. We're going into the bottom of the second. Ben Gamble, Jeremy Pena, and John Singleton are due up. Let's see if they can get something going. I can remove this base runner for now. A friend of mine sending me some funny messages. He lives in a north central area of Japan. They are enjoying some nice blue weather at the moment. But for me here in Hiroshima, you can see, I can show you on the screen here. Let me update it actually. Let me refresh and update the screen. Oh wow, it's much closer now than it was before. Okay. Yeah. This doesn't have typhoon status anymore, I believe. But you can see right here, this is where the center is located of the storm. And basically in this area this is Hiroshima Prefecture right here. Hiroshima City is over here, and I'm kind of over here in this area. So I'm just kind of on the outside of the main part of this storm. So no big deal right now. Ben Gamble's at the plate. First pitch to him was a strike. Second pitch is in there for a strike, so he's down 0-2 right off the bat. Brady Singer on the mound for the Royals. Here comes the next pitch. Swing and a miss on that inside low pitch. He strikes him out on a terrible pitch. He should have just taken that one. So Ben Gamble takes 2 pitches in the zone and then swings at a bad pitch out of the zone. That's not the kind of bat you want right there, man. I expect more from you. Jeremy Pena comes to the plate, batting .269 for the season. Here comes the first pitch. That one's right in the outside corner. Strike 1. Here's the pitch. Ooh, right there in the low part of the zone. Strike 2, man. Pena taking pitches in the zone just like Gamble was. I hope he doesn't swing at garbage like Gamble did. Pena calls timeout for a moment. 0-2. Singer tries that same pitch against Pena, but Pena takes it. Doesn't go after it. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the next pitch. This one's hit up the middle to the second baseman. Should be no play, and he's got it. 2 outs. Pena goes down on a grounder. No problem there. Some good news for you guys who care to hear about Kyle Tucker. Lots of practice and warm up for Kyle Tucker. Hoping he comes back soon. They said he should be back in early September. That's within the next couple of weeks. First pitch to John Singleton is a strike. The second one is a check swing. They say he did not go. That will even the count 1-1. 2 outs, no runners on. The Astros haven't done anything this inning. Strikeout and a ground out. 1-1 pitch to Singleton. He goes around on that one with a half swing. And I will tell him, like my coach used to tell me, if you're going to swing, swing, but don't do that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes a pitch from Singer. That one's right in there for strike 3. Man, Singleton looked like a fool there. Look at this. Look at his response. He's like, oh, it's inside. What are you talking about? That was a strike, dude. So that inning was all Singer. Strikeout, ground out, strikeout, making both Gamble and Singleton look like fools that inning. So we're going to go into the top of the third. Royals with 2 hits, Astros with 1 hit, but no runs on the board for either team. Let's go check out the Chizat and see what's going on. I will never forget George Brett as my favorite Royals player. Yeah, George Brett was another player that I respected. It's funny because I don't feel so much like this anymore, but I feel like when I was growing up, I had a lot more respect for other players and other teams than what I see today. Of course, I have no respect for the Dodgers. It's primarily because of their fans. Their fans rub me the wrong way, especially my older brother. Hi, I'm here now. Oh, Pam, we were wondering where you were at. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm going to be here for this whole game because my school canceled classes for the day. They were worried about the typhoon. And I'm glad that they canceled them early because right now it doesn't look like we're going to get any severe weather around here. And so I get this day off and I can be here with you guys and gals. Hi, Pam. I'm Genius Math. Nice to meet you. My favorite Astros player would be Craig Biggio. I like Altuve. I'm with Pam on this one. It's hard to beat Jose Altuve. I grew up liking Glenn Davis. He was my favorite player, the Big Bopper. But all time, definitely Altuve. Hands down. My favorite MLB player of all time, Jose Altuve. I loved the Rockets, especially Akeem Olajuwon, but I'd be lying if I said that I didn't like Jordan more. I just couldn't stop watching Michael Jordan play. He was awesome. Garrett Hampson is at the plate. First pitch to him is a strike. Brown quickly comes in with the second pitch, but that's up and in for ball 1. The count is now even. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. This one's hit right back to Brown. It bounces off his leg, and he tosses over to first for the out. Take a look at this. Boom, boom. Little karate-style defense by Hunter Brown there. Is able to knock it down. Maybe a little taekwondo. And then just toss it over to first. Out number 1. They're going to change the ball for Brown. 1 away, no runners on here in the top of the third, and that will bring up Garrett Sampson. Is that right? Or is it Michael Massey? Sam Hampson was the guy who just grounded out. This is Michael Massey. Here comes the first pitch to Massey. That one's high for ball 1. Michael Massey's 1 for 1. He had a single in the first inning. Here comes a 1-0 pitch from Brown. That one's hit down the right side straight to Singleton, and he's going to take it himself. No problem. Out number 2. I'm surprised that Singleton didn't get his body moving that fast. Singleton is actually not a bad defensive player at first base. So overall I'm happy with his ability to scoop up those bad throws and make some plays on some hard hit balls. I just wish he could do more at the plate. 2 outs. Bobby Witt Jr. is at the plate now, and he fouls the first pitch away for strike 1. He's 0 for 1 today. In the first inning, he flew out. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Brown. Witt swings again at that pitch, 95 in the zone, but fouls it away to the right side. That will be strike 2. The 40th pitch of the game coming up for Brown. Oh, and 2 pitch is on the way. Low in the zone, 96 miles an hour, and barely foul tipped by Witt. It bounces at the plate harmlessly. He will stay alive for another 0-2 pitch. Here comes the next pitch. Yahoo looks like it's showing a strikeout. Let's see if MLB is behind. It is. Strike and low in the zone. That's hilarious. I think it's funny. If you guys look right here on the screen, you see the Yahoo. This is the Yahoo play-by-play. And it actually was ahead of the live video that I'm watching. Isn't that funny? MLB is a little behind. I was able to look down and see that it was a strikeout. Let me mute this. They've got another one of those loud commercials going. Let me see if I can get it. Get this game more updated, a little more, quote, live than it is. I'd like for it to be slightly ahead of the on-screen graphic if possible. I love how the volume resets on the video player on the MLB site when I refresh the screen. That's unnerving. There's nothing nicer than getting your volume set, and then whenever you refresh the screen or go to a new screen, the volume is on 100%. Who thought that was a good idea? Facebook does the same BS. If you play a video on Facebook, the volume is set to 100%. And there's no immediate way for you to change the volume. They make it to where you have to like click on the actual video, and then it goes full screen. I think they do these things deliberately to make you interact and maybe make some mistakes in clicking on ads and watching videos longer and stuff like that. It's total nonsense. It's the complete opposite of user friendliness. But MLB TV's site is also similar. Whenever you open a new video player, it always has the volume set to 100%. Seriously? Do we really need the volume at 100%? Just start it at 50% or 60%. We don't need it. Don't have it at 0, and don't have it at 100. By the way, guys, Jason Hayward is now at the plate for the Astros. He gets a little greeting from the Royals catcher. Here comes the first pitch to him. A little low and inside. Ball 1. He's batting .208 right now. Here comes the next pitch. This one's hit hard to the left field side for strike 1. 1-1 is the count. I'm really expecting Hayward and Gamble to be big contributors to the Astros going into the playoffs. Here comes the pitch. Here comes the pitch, rather. That's a little tapper to the pitcher. Singer's able to get it no problem and toss it over to first base. So he grounds out to the pitcher. That definitely wasn't impressive. That's funny. I expect big things, and then he taps to the pitcher. That's okay. Jordan does that too sometimes. If you tap out to the pitcher like that, it just means that you're a big, powerful hitter, right? If you don't homer, you tap out to the pitcher. Tap out. No, tap, tap, taparoo. Tappy, tap, tap, tappy. Jake Myers comes to the plate and takes the first pitch right in the bottom part of the zone for strike one, 93 miles an hour. The big question is, will he get the Myers count, the 0-2 count? Here comes the pitch from Singer. Outside, he avoids the Myers count. It's 1-1. One and one with one out. Long delay by Singer, and he's finally got the pitch he wants. Here comes the pitch, and that's low and outside. Ball two, 2-1. Myers had a very timely double in the game yesterday, knocking in 2 runners after Gamble had a home run taken away. That's a check swing, strike 2. Myers being fooled by would look like a sweeper. Might have been a slider. 2-2's the count. Here's the pitch. A little outside. Oh my gosh. They called that strike 3, but it was not in the zone. Take a look at how bad this was. Look at that. They call it strike 3. Myers is out. It's pretty sad when you can't even trust the eye of the umpire. 2 outs. Altuve comes to the plate. That one's low and outside for ball 1. 93 miles an hour. 0-1 is the count. Altuve grounded out his first at bat. Averages at 298, 18 home runs. Big hack by Altuve, but he fouls it out to the right side. Off into the crowd. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs to Altuve. That one's right in the zone, 93 miles an hour, and Altuve swipes at it, but can't get his bat on it. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. This one's tapped foul down the third base line. Count remains 1-2. '40th pitch of the game coming up for Singer in just a moment. He and Hunter Brown, very similar pitch counts right now. Altuve standing up, and now he's ready to go. Here's the pitch, way outside, ball 2. The count is even. I know Altuve will chase some bad stuff, but I don't think there's any way for him to chase that one. Showed it to you too late. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Another one way outside and low. That would be ball 3. Another full count for the Astros. Crowd cheering a little bit, hoping Altuve will do something. Here comes the pitch. This one's hit hard down the third baseline. A 1-hopper to third base. Man, long throw to first base, but he was able to get it. That was a really hard hit ball by Altuve, but good catch by the third baseman. And he's able to make the throw to first. A little low, but they get it for the third out. That'll be it for the Astros in the bottom of the third. I think I'm going to turn my fan up a little bit while we're during the break. We are through 3 guys. 2 hits for the Royals, 1 hit for the Astros. No runs on the board. All right, I am back. I just had to locate my fan remote control and change that fan to medium. Get that airflow going a little better over here in this corner. So far, I'm not having to turn on my AC. Japan is not like Louisiana. Whenever the rain comes in, it actually helps lower the temperature. In Louisiana, it seems to just make it worse. First pitch from Hunter Brown to Pasquantino is outside for ball 1. 1-0. High fastball, 92 miles an hour, skied out to left field, gambles underneath it, puts it away. Yes, no problemo. No problem. Out number 1. That was a towering fly ball. They say there's some rain in Houston today. Got a little rain outside here too, but it's not too bad. Salvador Perez comes up. First pitch to him is low for ball 1. He struck out his last at bat. Very light stream today with only 8 people. I know it's early in the game. I wonder how many Royals fans there are. Second pitch from Brown is in there for strike 1. The count is even. 1 out, no one on in the top of the 4th. Here comes the pitch. This one's grounded to third. A little bouncer by Bregman. He fires the first, and he gets Perez for the second out. Good play by Bregman. Standard, everyday third baseman play by Alex Bregman. Wow, they're showing some comparisons between 2019 Justin Verlander and 2024 Arrighetti. Arrighetti is better. Pretty interesting. First pitch to Paul DeJong is curve in there for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 is the count. 2 outs, no runners on. Brown gets the call he wants. Takes a long delay. Now here comes the pitch. That one's outside for ball 1. The count is even. Yes, it poured. Pam, how's the weather been recently? Are there any threats of hurricanes coming in? Swing and a miss by DeJong. 97 miles an hour. Strike 2. 1-2 is the count. We are dealing with the remnants of a massive typhoon. They hyped it up as the most powerful and biggest typhoon in over 10 years. Here we go. High fastball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Brown picks up another strikeout, and that's it for the Royals and the top of the 4th. Great job by Brown. We are through 4 innings. He's given up just 2 hits. 1 hit in the first and the second, and nothing after that. Having put away the Royals' bats overall with no real problems. The Astros, however, are also having a problem putting the bat on the ball with just 1 hit. Going into the bottom of the 4th, we have Yordan Alvarez, Alex Bregman, and Yainer Diaz due up. We'll see if they can turn this around and get some hits and points on the board. Just showing some interesting highlights of a Mariners fan who caught 2 foul balls back-to-back on back-to-back swings. That's pretty interesting. What are the chances of that? Pam says there's a broken roof at the stadium. I bet some people are getting wet. They haven't gotten fixed since hurricane. Really? Are you serious? You'd think they'd be able to get that done. Hurricane Beryl just hit us, and a lot of damage in trees in some areas. Yeah, when those hurricanes first come in, when they first start hitting the outer areas, it's really bad. If you take a look at the, I don't think I can show you any more of the details, because the details have disappeared on the screen. But if you look at this screen here, this path of the hurricane as it came in, they used to have these little dots, and they showed the extreme winds all the way up to here. So from here all the way up to here, it was all red. Very powerful, very dangerous. But when it got to here and kind of stalled in southwestern Japan, the strength just kind of petered out. Now it's just dumping some basic rain. First pitch to Alvarez is in there for a strike. Second pitch is low and inside for ball 1. 1-1 is the count. Here comes the next pitch. This one's skied. High fastball. Skied out of play for strike 2. I've really been wanting to shave all of this Santa Claus looking hair off my face. I've got to take a new residence card picture. I want to do it without the beard. Alvarez hits it on the right field, but that line drive is going to stay up. It's not going to stay up or stay down long enough to give him another hit. So he lines out to right on a hard hit ball. Out number 1. Alex Bregman comes to the plate. Man, Jordan was up to 312 with his average. He's been climbing. I mean, he was under 300 for a little while, and then he started bringing it up. Alex Bregman takes the first pitch low. Umpire calls it a strike, but it was out of the zone. Once again, the umpire calling some nonsense. Take a look at that. Next one is right in the middle of the plate, 93 miles an hour. There's no doubt about that one. That's strike 2. 0-2 is the count. Here comes the next pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Bregman not happy with that call at all. He just threw Bregman out of the game, and I think I know why. He just, watch Bregman as he walks back there and he brushes the umpire. Can you barely see that? After the strike, Bregman brushes past the umpire, and the umpire just immediately threw him out. Yeah, watch. They're going to show a replay here. Bregman says some stuff to the umpire. Watch this. They'll show a different angle in just a moment. I'll show it to you. Here, watch this. He tosses him out. So Bregman's out of the game, guys. Fun times right there. Fun times. Yainer Diaz is at the plate. Takes the first pitch for strike 1. Next pitch is way outside for ball 1. 1-1. One and 1 is the count. Next one is a little outside, ball 2. Looks like Shea Whitcomb is going to be warming up and taking the place of Bregman. Bregman is 0 for 2 today. I mean, the umpire didn't help him out with that at bat. I hope Whitcomb comes in and just tears it up. That'd be awesome. 2-2 is the count against Diaz. This one's right in the zone but fouled away. Count remains 2-2. 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Special roof, not easy to get like regular roof. It's glass. Man, they need to make it stronger then. 2-2. Right in there, strike 3. Definitely can't argue with that pitch. That was a definite strike three. Yonder Diaz goes down looking. And that's it for the Astros in the bottom of the fourth. Boom. Umpire got that one right, but he did miss 2 calls against Bregman, and then Bregman got tossed because the umpire cares more about himself than he does the game. This is the thing I don't quite understand. You know, I stopped watching the NBA a long time ago. I don't know about you guys, but I stopped watching the NBA for a variety of reasons. The most common main reason is because everybody who touches the ball travels and carries the ball. Without exception, 100% of every player. 100% of every player. And the referees, either they never call it, which they usually don't. Most of the time they don't call it. So when they actually do call traveling or carrying the ball, when they actually do call that, or call walking, it's kind of arbitrary. It's random. Because literally you can call it on every single guy who touches the ball, but they don't. Instead, they just call it kind of randomly. So they can actually use it to weaponize the game and decide the outcome of the game. If you want one team to lose the ball and you just want to give the ball to the other team, then you just call traveling and the other team will get the ball. It's very easy, right? And I basically realized that basketball is a joke. It's really, really controlled. It's highly controlled by the referees. And sometimes you see the player get clobbered when he shoots. They call no foul. And sometimes he shoots and he's not touched, or it's a clean block or something like that, but they do call a foul. I just don't get the inconsistency. So to me, it's deliberate, and I just can't watch it because of that. However, there is one comparison you can think about between the NBA and MLB. MLB player basically walks by like Bregman says, you know, and listen, those balls were out of the zone. Those were not strikes. And then he gets tossed out of the game. In the NBA, they yell at and cuss at the referees and nothing happens. They're spoiled brats. First pitch from Brown to Melendez. It's right on the outside corner and called a ball. So for the Astros, it's a strike. Look at this. So that's a ball, but for the Astros, it's a strike. I see. Next pitch is outside, check swing, ball 2. This umpire, man, he's really something else. Hunter Brown's now asking for another ball. Two balls, no strikes. Here comes the pitch to Melendez. That one's in the zone. Curveball for strike 1. Fouled away to the left side of the field. All the buildings downtown have windows blown all out, and mostly 10th floor is up and back. On back order, it's been weeks waiting for glass. It's really thick, dark glass. Wow, holy cow, that's ridiculous. Ground ball to Whitcomb, who fires to Singleton at first, gets the ground out on Melendez. One away. So Whitcomb comes in for Bregman and fills the role fine on that play. Michael Garcia comes up. First pitch to him is right in there, 94 miles an hour for strike 1. Pam, it's interesting how they have these specialty glasses and they have so many problems, knowing that the area has hurricanes, you know. Fouled off the right side on that pitch. 0-2. Oh, and 2's the count to Garcia. Here's the pitch. High and inside. Brushes him back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'm sure that there's tons of damage here in Japan between the landslides, the earthquakes, the typhoons. It's nuts. 1-2 pitch, and it's high. 97 miles an hour. Ball 2. The count is even. 1 out, no runners on in the top of the 5th. Hunter Brown facing Michael Garcia. Looks like Michael, the way they spell his name. 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. That one is right on the outside corner. Called a ball. And the crowd is booing because this is what they are calling. This is what they're calling on Bregman, right? Look at that. They call that on Bregman. And now the Astros coach, Joe Espada, he's pissed off about it. I would be too. Fouled away. Count remains full. 3-2. Full count, 1 out. Here comes a pitch from Brown. In the dirt. That's going to be ball 4. Hunter Brown walks him. He misses the strikeout because of the umpire. Umpire doesn't call it both ways. He thinks that those terrible pitches are strikes for Astros batters, but not for Royals batters. 1 out, 1 runner on. The walk that shouldn't have happened. Kyle Isbell comes up to bat. He flew out in the 2nd inning. First pitch to him is a little inside for ball 1. Crowd is booing again. That's the kind of pitch that they call strikes. Michael Garcia looks like he's about ready to steal. Here comes a pitch. Curveball fouled away. Garcia is definitely wanting to steal. Hunter Brown waited for a while on that one to keep him from stealing. 1-1, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Isbell. Garcia doesn't go. Little pitch high and outside. Ball 2, 2-1. Here's the pitch. Right there in the low part of the zone for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count against Isbell. Here comes the pitch. Garcia is running. Fouled away. Count remains 2-2. Garcia trots back to first. We'll have another 2-2 count pitch to Isbell. Garcia takes his lead. He's not going. Next pitch is high and outside for ball 3. Another full count. Hunter Brown up to 67 pitches now. He throws to first. Garcia's back, no problem. Three-two pitch. Garcia goes. This one's hit to center field. Myers is going to be underneath it. Garcia is going to have to go back to first. No problem. Garcia retreats. 2 outs. Garcia remains on first with 2 outs, and that brings up Garrett Hampson to the plate. Hampson is 0 for 1 today with a ground out in the 3rd inning. 1 out away, the Astros are from getting through 5. Here's the first pitch to Hampson. Garcia goes on the very first pitch, and he's thrown out at second. Looks like Garcia might be wanting a replay. We'll take another look at it. And I think it looks like they got him. Altuve with the good tag. The great throw by Diaz. The good tag by Altuve. Brown pats Diaz on the back. They're walking to the dugout. It looks like they think it's over. Nice toss by Diaz. Put some beef on that throw. They're going to commercial break. It looks like they're not going to contest it. They cut it off right here. You can't see the end result, but he was out. Whoops. What is... Oh. There we go. That's the right screen. I've actually been listening to a lot of historical stuff recently. I've still got that tab open. I don't know about you guys, but between my Japanese study, the video game replays that I watch or playthroughs that I watch just for relaxation, and the historical stuff that I like to watch, I have so many tabs open all the time. Now that I have also the Astros tabs open and the game tabs open, and I've got so many different things to click on, it takes some getting used to. Let's take a look here at the live stream, see if anything's going on. 9 people watching. A very modest amount of viewers today, but thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. I like that I have 10 likes, even though there are only about 10 people following along right now. I think it's very nice of you to like the video, and those of you who've subscribed already, thank you so much for being here. Update on where we're at in the game. Man, I'm still getting warm. I might have to turn the AC on. I think I'm going to have to do that, and then I'll update the game. Give me 1 second, guys. Ben Gamel's at the plates. I grabbed a cold drink out of the fridge, turned the AC on, closed the door. I'm back at the hot seat. Ben Gamel, very first pitch that I saw from him was a swing and a miss, but apparently that's the third pitch. It is 1-2. Gamel fouls another pitch away to keep the count 1-2. This next pitch will be the 60th pitch of the game for Brady Singer. I'm not sure how I missed 2 pitches. That's crazy. Whew, that one is just barely low and inside. Ball 2, counts even. Kind of surprised the umpire didn't call that one a strike, right? 2-2 pitch from Singer is on the way. Gamel swing and a miss again on that same pitch that he struck out on his last at bat. Man, come on. That's so disappointing. How can you be swinging at that stuff? Strike 3 by Gamel. Out number 1 for the Astros. Astros doing almost nothing at all through 4 1/3 innings. Jeremy Pena comes up to bat. Pena actually did have a decent at bat, and he grounded out, but at least he was getting his bat on the ball. First pitch to him is outside and low in the dirt for ball 1. Next pitch is on the way, and it's grounded to the left side again to the shortstop, and he fumbles it. He's not going to be able to make a play. That will either be a hit or an error on the shortstop. Pena gets on first. He was trying to hurry because Pena was going to give him a very big challenge on that throw. They give Pena a hit on that play. So Pena's on first base with 1 out. John Singleton is at the plate. First pitch is low, check swing, ball 1. I'm surprised that Singleton didn't go for that one. Wow. Good for you. He's usually fooled by those breaking pitches. Next pitch is on the way. Right in the low part of the zone. How do we strike one? 1-1. For some reason, the commentator said 0-2. He just changed it. All right. Singer throws to first base. Pena's back, no problem. One ball, one strike, one out, one runner on. Here comes the pitch to John McSingleton. High and outside for ball 2, 2-1. Come on, John McSingleton. Here comes the next pitch. That one's hit hard to the left side. It's going to get through. That might be an extra base hit. Pena's around second all the way to third. No problem. Talk about a great opposite field hit by John Singleton. Look at that. Man, great play. Great hit by Singleton. He's on second base with a double. So McSingleton goes double McDoubleton. Pena to third. Singleton to second. One out. Talk about a perfectly placed opposite field hit. There was nobody over there. That brings up Jason Hayward, guys, the recent acquisition by the Astros from the Dodgers. He's over one with a ground out to the infield. Here's the first pitch to him. I'm sorry, the second pitch. While they're showing highlights, they threw him a ball. They just threw him another ball, so the count is 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out, 2 runners on. Here's the pitch. Hayward hits that one through. It's through. That's going to score a run. Maybe 2 runs. Definitely. Singleton's coming home. Hayward has got a double. His second at-bat at the game for the Astros. He doubles right down the line, scoring 2 runs for the Astros. The first 2 runs of this game. The crowd is cheering. And just like we would say, welcome to Houston, Jason Hayward. Happy to have you away from that terrible team. I mean, couldn't have been more perfect down that line and bounced off the wall. Nice double. Jake Myers comes to the plate. Beautiful hit by Hayward. How do you like that? Next pitch to Myers is right in there for strike 1. The count is even. 1 away. Still got a runner in scoring position. Astros up 2-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. Here comes the next pitch to Myers. That's outside. Way outside for ball 2, 2-1. Myers avoiding the Myers count for 2 at-bats today. I'm proud with that progress. I'm proud of him for that progress. Here comes the next pitch. Hit hard to center field. Oh, it's going to be playable. Okay, not far enough to get a tag for Hayward, so he stays at second base. Man, that looked a lot harder than it was off the bat. Boom. Yeah, no problem there. Out number 2. And that brings to the plate my personal hero, Jose Altuve. He walks to the plate, adjusting his gloves, getting a little cheer from the crowd. 2 outs. Runner on second. Here comes the pitch to Altuve. Altuve grounds it. A nice slow roller to the shortstop. He has to hurry and is barely able to get him at first base. So that is going to be it for the Astros, but Jason Hayward is able to bring in 2 runners on his double to right field. putting the Astros up 2-0 at the end of the 5th. Welcome to Houston, Jason Hayward, indeed. We need home run now. Well, home run would be nice, that's for sure. But I'll tell you what, getting 2 runs off that double from our new guy, that's absolutely what I was hoping and expecting to happen. I just had a good feeling about it. I recently made a video, and it's not a really in-depth video. It's just kind of based on my observations and feelings about the way players perform when they either come to the Astros or come back to the Astros. I just feel like whenever a player is brought from another team to the Astros, they tend to just, like, they were good before, but then they weren't doing so good with the other team, and then they come to the Astros, they just tend to do better. Or when a player from the Astros has left and then they're not doing so great, they come back, they just do better. I feel like that's kind of like the way things go, you know. Jason Hayward was another one of those players I felt like that could happen with, and it has. Let's see here. Start a poll. Tucker, Hayward, Gamble as everyday outfielders. Sounds like a winning combo. Too early to say. Or how about another option would be better. There we go. This is kind of what I was thinking. Kyle Tucker comes back. We can have our 3 outfielders. 1-1 is the count against Garrett Hampson. Man, why? I have to mute the game during these commercials because they're so loud and obnoxious. And I just go off the tab for a moment to check in with you guys. And already the first 2 pitches have been thrown. The count is now 1-2 as Hampson fouls that back. Hunter Brown is on the mound. 72 pitches for Brown so far this game. Here in the top of the 6th, here's the next pitch. That one's a little low and inside for ball 2. The count is even, 2-2. But I do have a poll in the chat. If you guys have a minute, you can take a look at it. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Brown. This one's hit high to center field. Myers floats over. He's got it. No problem. Out number 1. The question is, Tucker, Hayward, and Gamble as everyday outfielders. Do you think this sounds like a winning combination? Do you feel it's too early to say, or do you think that another option would be better and the Astros should be looking for something else? I think that Jordan in the DH position is best. Just let him DH. There's no reason for him to be out in the outfield risking hurting himself. And if you've got people who play outfield, let them do it. 1 ball, no strikes to Michael Massey. Here comes the second pitch. On the outside corner, did he go? The umpire says, yes, he did. That'll be strike 1. The count is even. One and one, the count with 1 out. No runners on. Here's the pitch to Massey. Massey fouls that one off to the left side. Strike 2. 1-2 is the count. One and 2 pitch from Brown is on the way. Very slow delivery. Umpire says that's a pitch timer violation. That'll be ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. 98 miles an hour, but high. Hunter Brown threw a little bit harder on that pitch. Probably was a little angry, but lost the control a little bit. Full count. Here comes the pitch. That one's in there and hit hard to right field, but Hayward is floating over. It looks like he should be able to make a play, and he does. Right by the wall. 2 outs. Nice solid catch by Hayward out there, right by the wall. Bobby Witt Jr. comes to the plate with 2 outs. This pitch, very first one, is grounded to Pena. Pena fires the first, no problem. Witt grounds out again. He's over 3 today. 2 groundouts and a strikeout for Witt. That's the end of the inning. Astros get out of that no problem. Going into the bottom of the 6th, the Astros up 2-0. 4 hits for the Astros, 2 hits for the Royals. Coming up for the Astros, Yordan Alvarez, who had 3 back-to-back-to-back home runs yesterday. And then Shea Whitcomb and Yainer Diaz. Wouldn't it be funny if Whitcomb had a really bad experience at the plate with the umpire and argued with him and he got tossed too? Then they have to bring in Zach DeCenzo. I wonder if that would be the first time ever that's happened in a baseball game where a player gets tossed, they bring in another player to replace him, and then that player gets tossed. Has that ever happened? It's one of those stats that probably nobody knows. It would take some digging to find that one, probably. Got about 11 people watching right now, following along. Thanks for being here. I have a nice, relaxing day off from school this morning. So I'm able to be here and do the live play-by-play for Game 1 of the Royals versus the Astros. Tomorrow is Saturday for me, so I'll be able to be back for that game as well, and the game on Sunday. Originally, I was planning to be here for the game on Monday, but there are 2 issues. One, I realized that LSU's opening game against the USC Trojans, USC, is on Monday at the same time. It figures that their opening game would be so late. First pitch to Yordan is almost in the dirt for ball 1. But the other thing is that I have a doctor's appointment. I have a monthly doctor's appointment. I have to go get checked up on Monday, and it takes a little time to get to Hiroshima City from here. Second pitch is in the dirt for ball 2. 2-0 against Alvarez. So whether I call the Astros game or the Tigers game, I can't do the whole game. I've got to leave and go to the hospital. In there for a strike. 92 miles an hour in the top of the zone. 2-1 to Alvarez. It really sucks that I can't do the full first game for the Tigers. That pitch is high and inside. I'm surprised that that one wasn't called a strike, but 3-1 is the count to Alvarez. Here comes the pitch, 3-1 pitch to Alvarez. He hits it hard right through the right side. That's going to be a base hit. So Alvarez 2 for 3 today with another single. Yordan really wanted to hit that pitch, 3-1. I would say that the Royals are lucky that Yordan didn't get underneath that one and get some air. Shea Whitcomb is at the plate. First pitch to him is inside for ball 1. 1 runner on, no outs. 5 hits now for the Astros. Whitcomb standing in for Alex Bregman, who got tossed for saying that the umpire's calls were bad, which they were. Gotta love it when an umpire calls or tosses a player for saying the truth. 2 balls now with another inside pitch to Whitcomb. Here comes the third pitch from Singer. Bounced foul towards the Royals dugout. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. High fastball fouled back. The count is even now, 2-2. Excalibur says Jason was picked up for another left-handed bat in the back end of the lineup, and he's excellent defensively despite his age. Yeah, man, I don't see any problem with the pickup at all. I like it. I like the move. 2-2 is the count to Whitcomb. Here comes the pitch from Singer. Right in there, tapped to the third base side. Might be a little difficult for the third baseman. He is able to get him at first, but he has no play at second, so Alvarez is on second with 1 out. Sacrifice grounder by Whitcomb. Man, that's a really cool looking auction item right there. They're doing some kind of auction. They've got a cool jersey for the Astros signed by the team. Check that out. I like that. Relentless. First pitch to Diaz is outside, 1-0. Ground out and a strikeout today for Yiner. Hopefully he can get a little hit here and bring Jordan home. Next pitch, way outside. Ball 2, 2-0. Haven't seen any news. Tucker is, Excalibur 14 says, haven't seen any news. Tucker is even running in bases yet. Probably won't see him until next season. You didn't see the footage earlier, did you? I guess not. Next pitch is way outside again. 3 balls and no strikes to Diaz. Excalibur, I actually showed some footage earlier of Tucker running and throwing and fielding and doing some work in the field. So I don't know where you're getting your information, but that's up to date. That's today's info. That pitch is right in the zone, fouled away by Diaz. But Tucker is estimated to return in the early part of next month. And according to what I saw today, that's highly likely. 3 balls and 1 strike to Diaz. Here's the next pitch. Right in the zone, right up the middle. It looks like they're going to go to first and get Diaz no problem. But Jordan does advance to third base. So the Astros are moving Jordan over, but now they have 2 outs. That brings up Ben Gamel. Ben Gamel has been doing pretty well since he's been with the Astros, but the past couple of at-bats haven't been that good. Daniel Lynch is now going in the bullpen for the Royals. First pitch to Gamel is on the way. Gamel swings and misses. That one's almost in the dirt. He's struck out twice so far on some bad pitches, and that one was a good example of what he's been striking out on. Next one is outside and high for ball 1. 1-1 is the count against Gamel. Here comes a 1-1 pitch from Singer. Jordan on third with 2 outs. Way inside, ball 2, 2-1. Astros up 2-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. 2 outs, but Jordan Alvarez on third base. Gamel at the plate trying to bring him in, but not with that swing. Low again, another swing and miss. 2-2 the count. Gamel trying to pick up his 3rd strikeout of the game. Swinging at some garbage. Unhittable garbage. Look at this. This one's hit again, but this one's fouled off. Or swung at again, rather. Fouled off behind the plate. Count remains 2-2. Here comes the next pitch. 2-2 from Singer. That one's hit to the left side, but it's going to be an easy play for the shortstop. He fires over to first, no problem, and that's going to do it. The Astros strand Jordan on third base with that ground out by Gamble, but at least he didn't strike out, so, you know, baby steps, baby steps. Here we can see easy play, perfect standard ground ball play. So I can remove Jordan from the base pads. Astros strand another runner as typical, as too typical for them. Only got one vote on the poll so far. I don't have too many people following right now. What do we have, 11? Not quite a dozen. But I do have a poll in the chat if you have a moment to take a look at it. I've got a simple question about the outfielders. Tucker should be coming back soon. And my idea, I feel that seeing Tucker, Gamble, and Hayward in the outfield could be a really good combo for the Astros. We could have guys that can bat better than 230. We need bats that are better than 225, 230 batting average guys. We need guys, and also guys with power. Having these three guys in the lineup for our outfielders would be great, I feel. But if you could take a moment to vote in the poll there, tell me what you think. I'd appreciate it. We are back at the top of the 7th. It's hilarious. They're showing all this video of Hunter Brown walking around, talking to everybody. Talking to Caratini, talking to Valdez, just talking to everybody, just moving around the whole time, talking to everybody. Hunter Brown is back on the mound. Here's the 81st pitch from him to Vinny Pasquantino. Nice curve in the top part of the zone on the inside, strike one. Over 2 is Pasquantino, foul out and a fly out. Here comes the next pitch from Brown. Strike. Swing and a miss on that curveball. Beautiful pitch in the dirt. 82 miles an hour. Completely missed that one. Here's the next pitch from Brown. That one's fouled away. Take a look at this curve. How do you like that? Count remains 0-2 on that foul ball. Vinny Pasquantino. Here comes the next pitch from Brown. That one's hit again. Foul down the left field line. We're going to have another 0-2 pitch. Here comes the pitch. Way outside and high. Ball one, 96 miles an hour on that one. Crowd's murmuring and talking and stuff, but not a whole lot going on otherwise. Here comes the pitch. Bounce down the first baseline. Singleton throws it to Brown, who steps on the base, no problem. That'll be out number 1. Good play by the pair. Salvador Perez comes up to bat. Another one of those guys that looks more like a couch potato dad who would watch baseball rather than a guy who actually plays baseball. I mean, he's a big guy, but he's wider than he is tall. He's over 2 today, and with that pitch, he's down 0-1. 96 miles an hour right down the gut, swing and a miss. Here comes the next pitch from Brown. Little tapper to Pena, and it goes under his glove. Pena misplays it. That would have been an easy play at first. Another silly error on Pena on a routine play. Just goes right under his glove. Come on, that's like 3 errors on Pena in just a few games. What in the world, man, are you doing? Can't be doing that. First pitch to Paul DeJong is a ball. 1-0. He's over 2 today with 2 strikeouts. Here comes the next pitch from Brown. Long pause before the delivery. This one's hit to the right side, or left side rather. Gonna go for 2, and they don't get him at first. Little bit of a delay there by Whitcomb on that throw to second, so they get the lead runner. Not quite able to get him at first. So that's 2 away. And that'll bring up MJ Melendez, but DeJong will stay on first. Just found out that Brian Abreu is warming up in the bullpen for the Astros. 2 away, 1 runner on. First pitch to Melendez is down and outside for ball 1. Naba had been busy. Excalibur says, thanks for the heads up. Just read the news today out of H-Town. Very encouraging. Yes, absolutely. I liked what I saw, too, by the way. Next pitch is low again and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. 96 miles an hour on that one. 92 pitches now for Brown. 2 outs, 1 runner on first base. 2-0 is the count to Melendez. Here's the next pitch. That one's right on the outside corner. Good call by the ump. He got that one right. 96 miles an hour, strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Perfectly placed by Brown. If you'll take a look at this. Right there. Boom. Right in the zone. 96 miles an hour, fouled away to the left field crowd. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Two and 2 with 2 outs. Runner on first. Melendez facing Hunter Brown here in the bottom of the 7th. Here comes the next pitch from Brown. .96 in the upper part of the zone. Fouled back. Count remains 2-2. Skeller says 10-day DL turned into 60-day. Had to be frustrating. Yeah, man. It's crazy. I mean, just look at what they did with McCullers. They could have just said, listen, McCullers won't be back for 2 or 3 years. And maybe never. That's what they should have said. 2-2 is the count, but Hunter Brown steps off the mound. He disengages to go for the rosin bag. He's back up on the rubber. Looks like he's got the call he wants. Here comes the pitch. Low and outside. Ball 3. Full count on Melendez. This is the ball 3 pitch right here. Full count. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Inside missed. Ball 4. 2 runners on now. Interested to see if the Astros will keep Hunter in and let him work through this. It looks like they're not gonna. The spot is pointing. He's coming out to the mound. It looks like that's going to be it. They're not going to give Brown an opportunity to get through this inning. With 2 outs and 2 runners on, they're going to bring in Brian Abreu. Abreu, normally a guy in the past that you'd be really, really happy about coming in. You know, after his performance the other day, giving up 5 freaking runs and the game, including a grand slam. Don't feel as confident anymore about him coming in as I used to. Now it's kind of like, Is he going to be locked down, Abreu? Ice cold Abreu? Or is he going to be give up a few base runners and then a grand slam Abreu? And is it as if that wasn't enough, another base runner and a double, giving up 5 runs in 1 inning as a reliever. How can you do that? So we are in a break right now as the pitching change ensues. I will take a moment to change Hunter Brown's picture to Brian Abreu because I have him in my folder. Change the names on the screen. There we go. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. We'll be back from a break in just a moment. We are in a commercial break waiting for Brian Abreu to get warmed up. 11 people watching now. Thank you so much for being here. I got about 10 likes on the video. If you guys like Astros or perhaps even LSU Tiger football, please feel free to join because I should be doing some LSU Tiger games. And once a week, those games are coming up soon. They start Monday. It just so happens to be the same day I need to go to the hospital. And because I can't drive my car right now, I'm going to have to take the train or the bus. And so I'm going to have to, whatever game I'm calling, whether it's the Astros game or the Tigers game, I'm going to have to leave a little early, unfortunately. Brian Abreu's on the mound. First pitch is a strike to Michael Garcia. Swing and a miss. 0-1 is the count. Nice breaking ball by Abreu there. Next pitch is on the way. A little outside for ball 1. The count is even 1-1. There comes the next pitch. Right on the outside corner. Nice pitch. 97 miles an hour. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Abreu starting off nicely. Let's see if he can get the strikeout here. Here comes the next pitch. That one's in the dirt and outside for ball 2. 2-2. Here's that strike 2 pitch right on the outside. Beautiful pitch. 2 runners on, 2 outs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is too much. And the Astros have 2 runs. So it's 2-2, 2-2, 2-2. 98 miles an hour, way outside. Ball 3. The crowd is kind of booing a little bit. Half cheering, half booing. Come on, Abreu. You can't make this crowd angry. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count. Here comes the pitch to Garcia. This is bounced to third. Whitcomb's got it on a hop. He fires to first. They're going to say safe. It looks like there was a little bit of interference with Whitcomb at third when he tried to make that play. And he wasn't able to get the ball cleanly and quickly make that throw. So they called him safe at first. And Garcia is a fast guy, so he was able to beat that at first, no problem. Espada's out there for some reason complaining about maybe there was obstruction. But I think that there's nothing doing there because there's no contact. So bases are going to be loaded, guys. Here we go. Brian Abreu once again with bases loaded. And the Astros have a lead. It couldn't get any weirder. 2 outs, bases loaded. Kyle Isbell is up. First pitch to him is in the dirt, ball 1. I really do think they should have just left Brown in there, let him man up and take it on the chin instead of bringing in Abreu. I think this was not the position that Abreu needed to be in. 1 ball and no strikes. Here comes the pitch. That one's hit hard to right field. Hayward is out there. It is just foul, guys. I kid you not. That was almost a grand slam by about 5 feet. My gosh, Abreu almost gives up a grand slam to Kyle Isbell. A 227 batter. Look at this. I want you to look at how close that is to the foul pole out there. Look at this. Boom, just a few feet away. Almost a grand slam. Abreu almost does it again. 1 ball, 1 strike to Kyle Isbell, batting 227 for the season. 0 for 2 today. Here comes the next pitch. Right in there, strike 2. Curveball, top of the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Holy crap, Abreu. Come on, are you serious? This is why my hair has become white on my face. It's not because of my cancer medication. It's because of Abreu and stuff like this. This was the strike, second strike. Foul ball. Count remains 1-2. And now Yahoo is telling me there's a strike 3 on the screen. We'll see if that's correct. Here comes the next pitch from Abreu. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Foul ball? No, it's out to left field. Is it a fair ball? Oh my gosh, it's a fair ball. Gamble gets it, brings it in. 1 run will score, or 2 runs will score, or 3 runs. All 3 runs. Yep. All 3 runs. All 3 runs score. How do you like that? Abreu gives up a 3-run double. I told you guys, you can't bring Abreu in a situation like that. That ball was just fair out in left field, an opposite field hit by Isbell. A 227 hitter gets a bases clearing double for the Royals, giving them the lead. And Hunter Brown is sitting over in the dugout with a completely drained look on his face. Runner on second now. Take a look at Hunter Brown's face over in the dugout. As soon as they show it again, I'm going to show you. Look at him. He just can't believe it. I can't believe it either, bro. Why did they bring in Abreu? Abreu has given up 8 runs with bases loaded in just 2 innings. Less than 2 innings. My gosh, what in the world is the deal? What are the coaches thinking when they make moves like that? Do they just want the Astros to lose? I really don't get it. No balls and 2 strikes to Adam Frazier. Next pitch is inside for ball 1, 1-2. I should remove these base runners off. There's one guy on second. There we go. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 gets the swing and miss. So Abreu finally gets the out on the guy that matters less. Finally, that's it. But the Royals take the lead thanks to Brian Abreu's bases clearing double that he gives up to the worst hitter, I believe, in the lineup for the Royals. Just like that, the Astros are down 3-2. So once again, Hunter Brown has a masterful performance through many innings, through 6 innings, 6 2/3 of an inning. He gives up nothing, a shutout, a complete shutout. They decide to pull Hunter Brown instead of letting him muscle through that last out, bringing in, of all people, Brian Abreu, who comes off that game, giving up a grand slam and more runs with a double to cause the Astros to lose. He comes into this game with 2 runners on, proceeds to put another runner on, and then give up a base clearing double, once again giving the Astros a losing position in the game, 3-2. Houston with 5 hits, KC with 4 hits. Astros down 3-2 going into the bottom of the 7th. Jeremy Pena, John Singleton, and Jason Hayward are due up to bat. Ah, goodness gracious. I'm at a loss for words. Brian Abreu, I swear. Why? That's all I want to know. Why? Joe Espada, what are you thinking? If I had been Espada, I would have walked out to the mound and asked Hunter Brown, how do you feel? Tell me the truth, because if you want to go for this last out, that's fine. I'll let you do it, but it's on you. Or would you rather one of your relievers come in and try to shut it down for you? If he says, listen, coach, I think I can do it, I'm going to be like, all right, man, do it. Jeremy Pena is at the plate. He takes ball one. The next pitch just comes in, swing and a miss. That's going to even the count. Brady Singer is still on the mound for the Royals. Don't quite understand why the Astros haven't hit him better today than what they have. He only has one really good pitch. If they know it's coming, they should be able to hit around it. Here comes the next pitch. 1-1. That's outside and low for ball one. Glad to see Pena not swinging at that one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. A little outside. Ball 3. 3-1. Wouldn't mind seeing a walk. Having a speedster on the base would be nice. Pena steals second base. And then get Saucy and steal third. That'd be nice to see. Here comes the 3-1 pitch to Pena. That was outside, ball 4. Leadoff walk for Pena. Good job on that one. Astros have a leadoff run on first. Their resident Flash is on first base. But that's going to be the last batter for Singer. They're now pulling him out. Pitching change. 101 pitches for Singer before they pulled him out. Not sure who they've got coming in his place. But I'll update it for you just as soon as I get that info. But I feel that often good things happen whenever Pena leads off and gets on base. He's so fast, he makes things happen. I think he's really good on the base pads. One of the best things that he does is run. 9 people listening in right now are following along. Thanks for being here. I know that as an Astros fan, this game is a little frustrating now. It's been good all the way through to the 7th inning, but as soon as it got into the last part of the 7th, they pulled Hunter Brown, brought in Abreu, and Abreu. What can you say? I called the game the other day when he gave up the grand slam and then the double. 5 runs in 1 inning as a reliever. Astros lost that game. Astros were winning 2-0, just nursing a 2-0 lead, a shutout by Brown. He gave up 2 base runners, and even though he had 2 outs, Espada decided to go ahead and pull him. He didn't even talk to him, he just came out and pulled him. And guess what? Abreu came in, put another runner on, and then gave up a bases clearing double again. 3-2. Disappointing. Absolutely disappointing. I'm scrolling through some of the news stories in the side of my feed, recommended things. I don't know why it's showing this one. It shows a video of Dak Prescott ripping into Jerry Jones. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I don't know why they're showing that one. Maybe it's just because it's sports news. All right. Zach DeCenzo is in, guys. He's pinch hitting for John Singleton. Even though Singleton does have a hit this game. First pitch is inside for ball 1. It's interesting. One and 0 is the count. Chris Bubik, is that his name? Bubik is on the mound. That one's a swing and a miss for strike 1, 92 miles an hour. 1-1. The count on DeCenzo. Here comes the next pitch from Bubik. Or is it Bubich? Another one right in the zone, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Why won't my hat stay straight? 1-2 is the count against DeCenzo. Jeremy Pena on first base. Here comes the next pitch. That one's a little low and inside. Counts even, 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Little delay by Bubic. He goes to first. Pena is back, no problem. Crowd boos. Come on, guys, don't be like that. I would really like it if the Astros fans would not boo whenever the opposing pitcher goes to first base. I mean, come on. Let's not be as silly as the other teams. 2-2 pitch. It's going to be strike 3. DeCenzo swings at that one. That one's in the dirt. Nothing doing there for DeCenzo. Show you his strikeout here in just a moment. Look at this nonsense. 1 out. Big meeting on the mound with everybody. Everybody's in. Jason Hayward comes to the plate, and there's a big meeting at the mound right now. I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but the coach comes out to the mound, and lots of other people come out to the mound. It looks like they're going to have a pinch hitter for Hayward. Mauricio Dubon comes in the game for Jason Hayward. That's interesting. Hayward had a double earlier. Mauricio Dubon is 4 for 9 with his pinch hitting this season. Here comes the first pitch to him. Swing and a miss. 0-1. That was 82 miles an hour right in the zone. Breaking pitch. Come on, Dubon. We got to bring this guy around. Pena could be stealing, man. I know it's a left-handed pitcher, but still, do what you can. Here comes the pitch. Fouled back. 93 right in the zone. Strike 2. Oh, 0-2 is the count. Bubic is what they're saying for his name. Chris Bubic. 0-2. 1 out. Runner on first. Here comes the pitch to Dubon. That one's high. Check swing. He didn't go. That's ball 1. 1-2. Dubon is batting .255. Not spectacular. One and 2 is the count. Here comes the pitch from Bubic. Dubon swings right in the zone. Man, you got to be able to hit those. 93 right in the middle of the zone. A 93 mile an hour four-seam fastball right in the middle of the zone. Swing and miss for strike 3. You got to be able to hit those. I don't know. I kind of feel like Hayward should have stayed in. Just my feeling. Jake Myers comes to the plate. He's over 2 today. First pitch to him is right in there. Lower inside part of the zone. So Pena has a leadoff walk. And now we're down to 2 outs. They have 1 out remaining. Jake Myers 0-1, trying to avoid the Myers count, the 0-2 count. Here comes a pitch from Bubic. Swing and a miss in the zone again, 94 miles an hour. He's just thrown them right in the zone, and the Astros are not putting the bat on the ball. They're not even fouling it off. How can you not be touching that ball? I don't see a tremendous amount of movement on it, and we're not talking about 98 mile per hour fastballs. These are 93, 94. How are they not hitting it? At least fouling it off. Come on. 0-2. The Myers count on Jake Myers. Here comes the pitch from Bubic. Myers takes that one inside for ball 1. That was close. 1-2. Twelve pitches now for Bubic. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Fouled away. Finally got the bat on it. And it's not in the zone. 93 miles an hour outside the zone. Could have been ball 2. And Myers fouls it off. So he can't hit the ones that are in the zone. But it goes out of the zone and he fouls it away. Makes sense. Fat part of the bat, I guess. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bubic goes over to first base. Pena is able to get back no problem. The count remains 1-2 to Jake Myers. Bubic has the call that he wants. Jake Myers takes the next pitch. He grounds it to third. Should be an easy play by the third baseman. It's in play, and he'll be out. That'll be it for the Astros in the bottom of the 7th. So Brian Abreu gives up the lead in the top of the 7th. The Astros come back and look completely lethargic in the bottom of the 7th. We're going to go into the top of the 8th. Astros losing 3-2 after a miserable batting performance and relief pitcher performance. Once again, the same story as usual. The Astros, when they manage to get runners on base, they strand them there, and the relievers come in the game and blow the lead. Same thing that they did in the last series. I mean, the Astros should have won their last 2 series easily, but especially the one against the Orioles. They lost 2 games against the Orioles that they had in the bag. They were completely in the bag, and then they gave them up. The primary reason was because of relief pitching. They decided that they weren't interested in throwing strikes or getting strikeouts or groundouts. They just wanted to give up hits and home runs. Man. I'm not sure which is harder. Watching one of these games before going to bed, or watching this type of a game before you start the day. The good thing is that the Astros have done really, really well, scoring most of their runs on average starting from the 7th inning on. The bad news is that they did absolutely nothing in the bottom of the 7th, so they only have 2 more innings. But they only need 1 run to tie it, 2 runs to win, assuming that their other relievers can actually lock down the game. Let's check in with the live chat and see if there's anything going on here. It's been really quiet today. I haven't had more than a dozen people at any one time. Right now there are 10. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. I apologize that there's not much going in the game, not much going on that's interesting. Hunter Brown had a really great game up until basically the end of the 7th inning. The spotter decided to pull him out and put in Brian Abreu, and Abreu proceeded to give up the lead of the game. Michael Massey is in the plate. Ryan Presley is in the game, guys. First pitch, of course, is a strike in the lower outside part of the corner, but not called a strike by the umpire. 0-1, or 1-0 rather. Here comes the next pitch from Presley. That one's right in there, picked up by Altuve. He can't backhand it and toss it over to first, so that's might be an error. They don't call that one a strike. The one I just showed you, they didn't call it a strike. The next pitch looks like it might have been off of Presley. No, it was close to Presley. Altuve tried to backhand it, was not able to pick it up. That's going to be another error. Should be. So one Pena error and one Altuve error. Man, disappointed to see that. Let's see if they show the replay here. Take a look at this. Should have been an easy play. Just backhand that and fired to first, but he didn't get it. Runner on first with no outs. First pitch to Bobby Witt Jr. is fouled away for strike 1. Royals with a runner on first. No outs. 0-1 is the count. Here comes the next pitch from Presley. Fouled off his leg. Strike 1. Or strike 2, rather. I'm sorry. How did I get that wrong? 0-2. Foul ball and then another foul ball by Witt Jr. 0-2 is the count. This is Presley's first appearance after being away for a little bit. Here's the next pitch from Presley. A high fastball, 93 miles an hour, fouled back. 3 straight foul balls by Witt Jr. The count remains 0-2. Brian King was moved down to Sugar Land, and I'm kind of sad about that because I liked King. 0-2, here comes the pitch. That was in the dirt. Beautiful catch by Diaz. I don't know how he made that catch. Holy cow, that was a good catch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gamble is now in, looks like he moved over to right field from left field. Next pitch, nope. That one was the ball and a good catch by Diaz. Ball in the dirt by Presley. Presley goes over to first base with a little pick move, but runner gets back no problem. Now he's back on the rubber. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Witt Jr. Runner goes to second, but this one's fouled back, so he'll have to head back to first base. Looks like Blanco is pinch running on base. Next pitch on the way, right up the middle. Altuve's got it. He steps on second, fires the first. Unassisted double play by Jose Altuve, who makes up for that error. That was pretty interesting. Ball right up the middle. Looks like it hit the rosin bag on the mound. Yeah, it does. It hit the rosin bag and slowed down. All he had to do was pick it up, step on second, fire to first. Easy double play for Altuve. 2 outs now, no runners on. Bases are cleared. I'll show you that replay in just a moment. Strike 1 delivered to Vinny Pasquantino. Here's that replay. Hits the rosin bag right there. Altuve easily scoops it up. He already had his foot on the bag. Fires the first, no problem. Pasquantino 0-1. Swing and a miss on that pitch. 0-2. 90 miles an hour by Presley. Due up in the bottom of the 8th, guys, it's the top of the order. Jose Altuve, Yordan Alvarez, and Shea Whitcomb. Altuve's 0 for 3. Yordan is 2 for 3. Next pitch is in the dirt. Ball 1. 1-2. Here's that strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Vinny Pasquantino. Ryan Presley delivering with 2 outs and no runners on. Here comes the pitch. Bounced foul down the first base line. Count remains 1-2. How great would it be for Presley to be locked in for the rest of the season after that rest? Maybe that's just what he needed to get everything worked out, all the kinks worked out. Here comes the next pitch, 1-2. Swing and a miss. Presley gets the strikeout. Great first appearance back for the Astros. Gets the strikeout and ends the inning. We go into the bottom of the 8th. The Astros down 1, 3-2. Presley getting it done with his first appearance back for the Astros. Nice to see some relievers doing their jobs. Nice pitch by Presley there. I don't know how that just happened. Just opened a folder on my screen. That was weird. Let's see if we got anything going on in the chat. Nothing going so far. Still got just about 8 people watching. A very slow day today. Not too many people interested in this game. Not quite sure why. This chat, it seems that the games are busier and the chat is busier whenever I can't be here, whenever I have to go. So if I have to go to school and leave the game, it seems like it gets busier. But for some reason, when I'm here and doing the live play-by-play, it slows down. I don't quite get it. Astros might be bringing in Hader. I'm going to take a guess and say that they do. I forgot to bring in Presley. Darn it. I forgot to change the picture to Presley. That's my bad. No disrespect intended. But now my guess is that Hader is coming into the game. For the top of the ninth. It's just going to be my guess, okay? I'm going to change it now. If I'm wrong, you guys can say, you were wrong. Let's see if Bubic will still be on the mound for the Royals. Nope. Lucas Ursig? Lucas Ursig. Is that how you say the name? First pitch to Altuve is 97 miles an hour outside the zone for ball one. Here comes a 1-0 pitch to Altuve. Right in the top of the zone, 98 miles an hour. Strike one, 1-1. Here comes the next pitch. Check swing by Altuve. Did they go? They say he did not. That's ball two, 2-1. 86 mile an hour. Looked like a sweeper outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the next pitch to Altuve. That one's right in there. 98 miles an hour, right in the middle of the zone. 98. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We need us some really awesome Altuve greatness right now. Come on. First hit of the game for Altuve. Come on. He fouls that one off. Low and away into the stands. Stays alive, 2-2. Ursig has the call. 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Altuve. Oh! Did that hit him? That went right at Altuve's head. Altuve had to dive to get out of the way, but it looked like he got out of the way. Holy cow, that was dangerous. That one almost took off his head. Absolutely insane. 91 miles an hour. How did he miss that? Wow, that was dangerous. That almost hit him in the face. And Altuve was laughing when he got up. Look at this. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Man, that was close. It went right by his neck. Next pitch is outside, 99 miles an hour, ball 4. Altuve has a great at bat and gets the walk. Man, look how close that was. I think they have another angle. Yeah, right there. Look at that. I mean, that was dangerous. Yordan Alvarez comes to the plate. Altuve is on first base with no outs. We need one of those home runs right now, Alvarez. 98 miles an hour, a good foot off the plate at least. Ball 1. 2 for 3 today with a couple of nice singles. We need the long ball right now. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Another one way outside. 91 miles an hour. Ursig doesn't seem to be wanting to put it in anywhere near the zone for Alvarez. Altuve on first, no outs. 2-0 is the count to Yordan. Here comes the pitch. That was hit hard. It might be gone. It's smoked. It's smoked to left center, right center. It's up to the wall. Oh, it's caught at the warning track right by the wall. Wow. Alvarez looks really disappointed right there. He thought that one was gone. He just got way too much underneath it. It was hit hard, guys. But it was hit way too high. Look at this. It stayed up for a really, really long time. Look how much hang time, and it almost got there. That was almost it. Whoo, man, so close. And now there's a meeting on the mound. They pinch hit Victor Caratini for Whitcomb. And Whitcomb was actually in for Bregman. But with Caratini in, it brings up another left-handed batter. The Royals are going to have a meeting on the mound. You can see the disappointment on Jordan's face there. Victor Caratini probably will be batting left-handed here. Big meeting on the mound as the Royals try to figure out a little strategy here. Man, whew, that was so close. Jordan almost did it. He almost gave the lead back to the Astros with that blast. Just didn't quite get there. 1 out. Altuve still on first base. Caratini batting .429 as a pinch hitter this season. First pitch to him is low. 84 miles an hour. Ball 1. Guys, whew. That ball was crushed, but it went way, way up. Jordan still hasn't removed his batting helmet. He's over in the dugout looking down, walking around. It's like he's really, really bothered about not getting that homer. Here comes the next pitch to Caratini. This one's hit hard to center. Is it going to be down? It is. That's a single. Altuve gets to second easily. Now we got 2 runners on with 1 out. Caratini with the single on the second pitch. Good at bat by Caratini. See Jordan right there in the dugout, just kind of hanging out with his batting helmet on, just thinking about what happened there. There's that hit to center field by Caratini, putting Altuve on second. Yainer Diaz comes up to the plate. He hits one to the pitcher, and it bounces off the pitcher's hand. He tries to get to first. He throws it wild. It bounces off the first baseman. Altuve is going to score easily with that wild throw. That ties up the game 3-3. What a strange series of events there. Yainer Diaz hits it straight up the middle, off the pitcher, off his hand. He tries to throw to first, makes a terrible throw to first. It bounces off the hand of the first baseman. Take a look at this. The first baseman is injured. Yainer goes to second. Caratini goes to third. Altuve scores easily. It looks like the first baseman, Pasquantino, is injured. Altuve walks to the dugout there. He's in. The Astros have tied it up with runners down second and third. But it looked like Pasquantino got hurt on that play. Look how crazy this is. Amazing. Ben Gamble comes to the plate with runners on second and third, 1 out. Man, whew. Ersig's walking to the dugout right now. Are they bringing him out of the game? Yeah. They got another pitching change. It looks like, yeah, they're taking Ersig out of the game. He hurt his hand. 2 injuries. Can you believe that? I don't mean to laugh. I'm not laughing that they're injured, okay? Don't get me wrong. I'm laughing because what are the chances of that? The pitcher and the first baseman getting injured on the same play. That is crazy, guys. So they looked at Ersig's hand, and it looks like Pasquantino is coming out of the game too. So they're going to have a pitching change. Pasquantino's walking off the field. Yeah, they're both off the field, it looks like. There's the Pasquantino getting hurt at first. Man, what in the world is going on? What a strange, strange inning. But there's going to be a commercial break right now. The Astros have tied it up. on that error. Yainer Diaz's hit to the mound hurts Ersig's hand. He fires it to first. Pasquantino gets injured while trying to catch it. The ball goes wild. Diaz moves to second. Caratini moves to third. Altuve scores. The game is tied. Astros with 7 hits now. Royals with 4. Man, what an unbelievable series of events. But now the Astros have runners on second and third with 1 out. Pam says, I was joking when I was thinking walk Altuve. Altuve is fast if you give him a chance to run. Yeah, Altuve is not as fast as Pena, but I will tell you this. As long as he has a good jump, he has a good chance to get there. Whenever he doesn't get the good jump, he can be thrown out. So he's faster than the average player, but he's not the fastest. However, there are times when Altuve is saucy, and he gets some plays. I mean, sometimes he gets thrown out. It's true. I wouldn't say he's the absolute best base runner, but I would say that sometimes he is a saucy base runner, and because of that, he's able to get the Astros some runs on the board, like he did the other day when he stole first on that pickoff move to first. When he was on third, and he scored on the pickoff move to first. That was a really awesome play. Just a heads-up play. They're showing the replay with that throw to first. I'm not really sure what happened there. It looks like it was just a bad catch by the first baseman, and then his glove hit Diaz as he ran by, and that hurt his hand. That's what it's showing on the replay. If you take a look at it here. So it hits the pitcher on the hand. That's what injured him. And with the throw to first base, as Diaz is running by, his glove hits Diaz, and that's what hurt his hand. It looks like John Schreiber is going to be in for the Royals. John Schreiber. Might be able to get his picture in. Let's see. John Schreiber. I'll try to get his name up on the screen for you guys so I can update that properly. He's still warming up, so I think I got time to do it. There we go. I did it. All right. Okay, guys, so here's the situation. John Schreiber is in. There's also been a change at first base for the Royals. I can't remember who they've got going in there. I don't know that guy. But they had to make a change, move a couple of guys around in the outfield too, to get a guy on first base to take the place of their first baseman. Ben Gamel is at the plate. There's 1 out. Jeremy Pena and Zach DeCenzo are up behind Gamel. We've got runners on second and third. Astros on second and third with no outs. And Diaz is over talking with the new first baseman. All tied up 3-3. Diaz heads back to second. Caratini on third. Getting ready for the first pitch from Schreiber. They're going to walk Gamel, guys. They just intentionally walked Ben Gamel. They're going to go for Pena. So now the Astros have bases loaded with Jeremy Pena at the plate. How do you like that? Didn't see that coming. Pretty interesting. Jeremy Pena with a chance to redeem himself from that error earlier. First pitch is 81 miles an hour, low and away, swing and a miss. Strike one. This game is all tied up with bases loaded. 1 out. Jeremy Pena at the plate facing John Schraber. Here's the pitch. 0-1 pitch. Hit hard to right field. That one's going to be in the stands. Man, that would have been a double, a base-clearing double if it had been down. An opposite field hit. Whew. Just went foul. That was the first pitch that you just saw the highlight on. 0-2 is the count. Here comes the third pitch to Pena. Low and away, way outside. Ball one. 1-2 is the count. I want you to see this foul ball by Pena. That would have been a really great opposite field hit. Just went foul. Gamel, Diaz, and Caratini on base with 1 out. That one's also low and away, way outside. 2 pitches in a row. Low and away by Schraber. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The coach is right on the steps of the dugout. It looks like he's ready to come out if Schraber can't get this out. Pena calls timeout, steps out of the box for a moment. That's got to reset the pitch clock. Pena is 1 for 2 today. Man, a single here would be big, but a home run would be awesome. A grand slam. Wow, 93 miles an hour in the top of the zone, fouled away again by Pena. Nice cut on that one. Count remains 2-2. Nail biter. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. This one's hit. A bouncer to the right side. Might be a hard play. They go home. They get him at home, but that's it. So they get the lead runner at home plate. The Astros do not score a run on that bouncer. Garcia makes the play at home plate. Pena reaches on a fielder's choice, but the Astros get nothing. Looks like Zach DeCenzo is going to come to the plate. 2 outs, bases loaded. This is Astros' last chance this inning to actually take the lead back. Here's the first pitch to DeCenzo. Way outside, ball 1. Maybe DeCenzo can just foul away all the strikes and take all the balls and get a walk and a run. Right now, I don't care how they get a run. They need to get at least 1 run out of this. Come on, guys. 1-0 pitch to DeCenzo. Here it comes. Ooh, right in the outer part of the zone. 94 miles an hour. Strike 1. The count is even. Zach DeCenzo batting with bases loaded here in the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs. That pitch is on the outside corner. 94 miles an hour. Strike 2. You got to swing at stuff like that, man. That one was right there. One ball, 2 strikes to DeCenzo. Here comes the pitch. Low and away. Check swing. They say he did not go. That's going to be 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's that second strike to DeCenzo. Right on the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Schreiber about to deliver the 2-2 pitch to DeCenzo. Here comes the pitch. Another check swing, low and outside, ball 3, full count. So we come all the way down to a full count. DeCenzo takes a really big breath, steps back in the box. The crowd is standing and cheering, wanting something to happen here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th for the Astros. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 4. He gets the walk, guys. DeCenzo goes crazy on that as he takes the pitch for the walk. The Astros take the lead on a bases-loaded walk by Schreiber. Excellent at bat by DeCenzo I was joking around about him taking the walk, but he got it. He actually got it. Astros up 4-3. They retake the lead on a bases loaded, full count, 2-out walk by Schreiber. Look at his excitement as DeCenzo pounds his chest here. First pitch to Mauricio Dubon is a strike. The inning is not over for the Royals. They're facing Dubon with bases loaded. Dubon came in as a pinch hitter. He's 0 for 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. He grounds it to the left side. It's through. It's going to be through. It's a base hit. It's going to score 2 runs. He mishandles it in left field. This might be another run. Dubon with the hit right through, the base hit through the left side, scores 2 more runs for the Astros. A clutch hit, a big clutch hit for Mauricio Dubon coming through for the Astros right through the hole on the left side. Mishandled by the outfielder, scoring 2 runs, no problem. Astros have runners now on second and third with 2 outs. And they were up by 3. Absolutely spot on. Astros finally getting it done here in the 8th inning. It looks like they're going to have another pitching change. They're bringing in yet another pitcher. Dubon punishing the pitcher there with 2 outs. Astros up 6-3. Dubon asking to be fed on second base. I love to see that happening for Dubon. I love Dubon. I wish Dubon was a regular 290-plus hitter, because I'd love to see him stay around on the Astros for a long time. I just like him. I like the way he looks. I like the way he plays. I love his outfielding. I love that he's such a utility player, can play anywhere you put him. And then he comes through with a big hit right there, a much-needed pair of insurance runs for the Astros. What an amazing at-bat for Dubon. We got 15 people watching right now. Thank you for joining Geaux Stros. I am coming at you live from the hurricane or typhoon rain-pelted area of Hiroshima. The typhoon was basically downgraded, I believe, to a tropical storm. So we still have some winds and steady rains. And I think as the middle of the day progresses, there will be more and more around here. But luckily for me, and hopefully for you guys, I was able to stay home from school today. They canceled classes, and I was able to call this game. And I was starting to wonder if it was a mistake with Brian Abreu coming in and giving up the lead after Hunter Brown's excellent start to the game. But now the Astros bats have come alive here in the top of the 8th, and the Royals are not through it yet. They had another pitching change, and they brought in Steven Cruz. He will be facing Jake Myers with 2 runners on second and third with 2 outs. First pitch to him is on the way. Swing and a miss right in the dirt. 94 miles an hour. I guess Myers was trying to just come in and get a hit right off the bat. 6-3, the Astros are up with 8 hits. That's the kind of ratio I like to see. 6 runs with 8 hits. That's good. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Myers. Strike 2 on a half swing by Myers. He's got the Myers count. For those of you who don't know what the Myers count is, that's 0-2. Dubon on second. DeCenzo on third. 2 outs. 2 strikes on Myers. Here comes the next pitch. Swinging a miss. Another half swing. What in the world is... That was a terrible at-bat. The crowd actually booed a little bit right there, and so they should. Myers with 3 straight strikes. Completely swings and misses a pitch in the dirt, and then 2 half swings to strike out. The crowd should boo you, Myers, on that performance. Come on. You guys got to see these swings, these half swings. Look how terrible. Here's the first one. Look at that. Or is that the third one? Yeah, it's the third one. But the second one was just like it. You're not missing anything. But that's it. Finally, the Royals, after changing pitchers several times, get through the inning, but the Astros punish them with 3 runs. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. No, I'm sorry, 4 runs. What I mean is they've got a 3-run lead now. Astros were down by 1. They put 4 on the board in the bottom of the 8th and create a 3-run lead. That's what I meant to say. I'm just so excited about it, I can't get my words out. Got a baker's dozen listening into the channel right now. If you have a moment, please like the video. I would really appreciate it. You may not realize it, but just liking the video, getting more likes, helps me with the channel, because YouTube will start showing it to more people, and then more people show up and my channel grows faster. I get more subs, I get more support, and I can stick around and keep doing it. If for some reason this channel just doesn't grow, then it will be useless for me to continue doing it. I'll have to spend my time focusing on something else. But I do enjoy calling the Astros games, and I haven't called any of the LSU Tiger games yet, but I'm looking forward to doing that during the baseball off-season. So if you guys are interested in either one of those, the Astros or the Tigers, then I would encourage you to subscribe, but at the very least, like the video. Thank you in advance. Josh Hader is on the mound, just as I predicted. All he has to do is shut down the Royals here in the top of the 9th, and we'll be done. First pitch to Perez, Salvador Perez, is a swing and a miss, 85 miles an hour, strike 1. Caratini stays in the game at first base, replacing DeCenzo. Grounded to third, a diving catch by Whitcomb, who stands up and gets the throw over to Caratini. Caratini steps on first. What a good play all around on both ends. Out number 1. How do you like them apples? That was a great play. Bregman hasn't been in the game since about the 3rd or 4th inning. He got tossed because he was telling the umpire what a horrible umpire he was, and he was right for that. It was true. But the umpire didn't like it and tossed him out of the game. Whitcomb came in to replace him at third. He's been doing a good job since then. First pitch to Paul DeJong is right in there for strike 1. 0-1 is the count. I'm going to enjoy my lunch, man. Just Hader, he has the ability to let me enjoy the lunch if he can end this game. Foul down the third base line, strike 2. DeJong calls for a timeout. Hader working the 0-2 count against him. That was the first strike to DeJong. I think I got my replay delay a little too far behind. It's like 2 plays behind. Third pitch to DeJong is high and outside for ball 1, 1-2. There's the foul ball, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch from Hader. He gets the strikeout. Swing and a miss by DeJong. Breaking ball in the dirt. There was the ball. That brings up to the plate MJ Melendez. 2 outs, guys, in the top of the 9th. Astros 1 out away from ending this game. Strike 1, high fastball in there. There's the strikeout by Hader on DeJong. 0-1 is the count now against Melendez. Two outs. 0-1 is the count. Next pitch is a little low and outside for ball 1. The count's even, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Melendez. Hader gets that one. He gets him to do a half swing. Low and outside, 97 miles an hour. Strike 2. People are standing up cheering, looking for that third strike. That was the ball, too, from Hader. This one's hit out the left field. Should be an out for Dubon. He's underneath it. He gets it. No problem, and that's it. The Astros win 6-3. Here's the second strike from Hader. I'm showing you these highlights way after the fact, but I'm sure you're happy to see them, right? Right now the count here showing is 1-2. Hader does get the fly out, and I'll show you that in just a moment. Some fireworks go off in Minute Maid Park as the Astros win. There's the fly ball to left field. Mauricio Dubon catches it and celebrates. Very happy to finish that. Hader comes out to congratulate Alvarez, and the fireworks go off. That is it for this game, guys. Now, the Astros did not let us down this time. They managed to come back. What an excellent comeback by the Astros bats. And thank goodness the follow-up relief pitching was able to lock it down. So where Abreu failed, Ryan Presley, of all people, came back in for his first start back from the injury list and threw a nice, solid inning to get the Astros through it. The batters rewarded him and the rest of the team with 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th. And then Hader came in and completely shut down the Royals in the 9th inning. Astros win 6-3. 2 errors for both teams. Not a very pretty defensive game overall, but the Astros won. I'll do a quick recap of the game, guys, just so you can know. For those of you who don't know all the details, I'm just going to give you the scoring summary, okay? Hunter Brown had an excellent game, actually. He went through 6 2/3 inning without giving up any runs. Unfortunately, after getting 2 base runners in the before the last out of the 7th, they pulled him out and put in Abreu. Abreu gave up another base runner and a base clearing double. So the Astros lost their lead and were down 3-2. So here's how the batting went. Nothing happened through 5 innings, basically. In the bottom of the 5th, Jason Hayward, our new guy from the Dodgers, doubled to right field, scoring both the Astros' first runs and the first runs of the game, putting them up 2-0. The Royals, of course, like I said, came back in the top of the 7th when they pulled Hunter Brown and brought in Brian Abreu. Abreu gave up a double to Isbell, a .227 batting average guy, and that scored 3 runs, giving the Royals the lead 3-2. In the bottom of the 8th, that's when the Astros retaliated. Yainer Diaz singled, had an infield single to the pitcher. It hit the pitcher in the hand. He made a throw to first base that was not quite on target, caused the first baseman to have his glove in his hand hit by Diaz as he was running to first. The pitcher and the first baseman were injured on the play, but the result was that the Astros got a run and tied the game up 3-3. There was a pitching change. This was the second pitching change of the inning. DeCenzo came up and walked with bases loaded, scoring Diaz. The Astros took the lead 4-3. Bases were still loaded when Dubon came up to bat. Single to left field, scoring Gamble and Pena, putting 2 more runs on the board for the Astros, giving them a 6-3 lead. And that would be where the score would end up for the day, guys. So the Astros are now 72-62. That's the update for the game. Now let's do 2 more things. One is let's check and see what's going on around the league and see what the scores are. The 2 main teams, of course, the main team that we need to know about right now is the Seattle Mariners. And according to what I'm seeing, it doesn't look like the Mariners played today. And if that's true, that's good. That means the Astros move ahead a little further. The other team is the Rangers. The Rangers won 2-1 over the White Sox, just barely getting that win. With that in mind, let's take a look at the standings. Astros are now 4 games even ahead of the Mariners. That win helped them move 0.5 ahead. They were 3.5, but because the Mariners did not play today, the Astros are now 4 games ahead, and they are 9 games ahead of the Rangers. So Astros looking for ways to increase that lead over the Mariners. Next thing we need to look at is the schedule for tomorrow. Astros have a 4-game series against the Royals. Game 2 tomorrow, Framber Valdez is scheduled to be on the mound, and he should be facing Seth Lugo. Lugo has a 14-8 record, 172 innings pitched. That's a lot. He's getting up 150 hits. He has 146 strikeouts, 43 walks, and 14 home runs. 3.19 ERA. He's pitching pretty well this year. But so is Valdez, who's 13-6, with a 3.27 ERA. It should be a good matchup. I'm hoping the Astros bats can stay hot and we can hit this guy. We really need to hit this guy tomorrow if we're going to win the game. If Framber's on, the Astros bats are on, and we shouldn't have a problem. But I will be with you again tomorrow, guys. For me, it's Saturday, so I will be here to call the game. Go on off to bed. You have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Pam, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for the well wishes. I hope you have a sweet dream tonight. I'm sure that it'll be better now that the Astros were able to give a good game to you. Hopefully to see you. I hope to see you tomorrow. But I will be here tomorrow and Sunday. Well, for you guys, if you're in the U.S., it'll be Friday and Saturday. But for me, it's Saturday and Sunday to call tomorrow's game, and Sundays or Saturday for you game. But that's it. Going to wrap it up here. Thank you all for being here, liking the channel, subscribing, all that good stuff. All of your support. It really means a lot to me. And that's all for me today. I'll just say Geaux Stros. See you tomorrow.